I do want to preference this video as a continuation of the unlocking the starter crops video, so if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Other than that, if you are not subscribed, consider subscribing with notifications. I very much appreciate it. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into the video. But the main point is we're going to be unlocking the cactus crop in Island Mastery. If we take a look at Island Mastery, we're currently at carrots, fully unlocked, so we can start making a melon farm. And then we have to get all the way from netherwort, sugarcane, and all the way to cactus. We probably won't do the cell multiplier levels. That'll just be done at a different point. But the point is we need to make a new farm, and we're going to keep this farm still, but we're going to make a whole new one. And I do want to mention, I did do island perks off camera. I got island size maxed out. That one was pretty simple, but we're still not done the crop growth speed. Once we complete this last bit, I think there's one more after this or we're completely done. So I still need to farm carrots. I'm going to keep a carrot farm here because I need to use the XP finder enchant on my hoe. As well, it's already level 4. I've got it to level 4 and I added 4 levels of crop crusher so that I can get my skill up because we're almost level 50 on our farming skill now, what is kind of insane. If we take a look, it says we're almost at 45. So we're getting close to 50 and 60 is the halfway mark. So we're getting there. So I did turn on chunks and we're going to build it, I think, right over here. So what I'm thinking is we're going to build it here and we're going to make it a 3x3 chunk radius. So we're going to need a lot of dirt. I know I could use fast place, but it's honestly just not it. I don't like using fast place. Preferably, I rather just place the blocks myself. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead, put a border around all of this. So now we just have to fill in the whole thing with dirt, and then we're probably going to have to break a lot of it. So I might actually do this more strategically and figure out how I want to place all this. So let me figure that out first. Melons would grow here, seeds here, and then water. And then we're also going to have water on the edge of this, just so we have water there. So this will be water. I'm going to indicate that by just grabbing some water buckets, put that there. So then water would be here, and then we do 4 again. So we're going to have a 4 block radius and then a gap for where water goes. It's just kind of the default layout I always do for melon farms and pumpkin farms. Apparently right here we have extra area. We're just going to go ahead and not build over here, but we'll keep up to that point. So now I have to make a ton of rows of dirt and we should be good, which should be pretty simple. Okay, so I finished all the layers. Now what we're going to do is go ahead, grab water, and we're going to start placing water where it should be. So I bought around 6 stacks of water buckets, which should be good enough. And we just go ahead, place water like this, and we should be golden. So I've come to the conclusion, I'm just going to put water on every single spot. It's not the end of the world to have it look a certain way. I just rather get this all done. So here's my plan for this farm. What I'm gonna do is probably convert it into a sugarcane farm once we need to actually make sugarcane and get that done in the mastery. And as well, we're gonna convert the carrot farm eventually into a netherwort farm, just because that's what we need right after. And we might as well farm it instead of carrots for the XP that we need, because when we're farming the melons, we're not gonna get any XP finder. We're gonna be using an axe because an axe is just way more efficient. So that is going to be the plan. 2 more rows of water and then we should be done. Okay, the water is now completely finished. Perfect. So now what I need to do is go ahead and till the outside lines of dirt and then we'll put seeds there. So I have to do it on both sides and then I have to do it for every single row. And then the seeds will go on the same spot and then the melons will actually spawn in the 2 slots here. It works pretty efficient. Most people use this melon farm design or pumpkin farm, whatever you prefer to use it for, but it's really effective. Another way of doing farms is you can like stack them, but I decided I'm not going to bother stacking it. It saves water usage because you can just let it flow down, but it is what it is. I really do not care. Okay, so I've tilled every single piece of land that I need to till. Now we're going to go ahead, buy some melon seeds. We'll get 6 stacks to start with. We'll probably need way more, but for now we'll just start with the 6. And I got to make sure every slot has a melon seed, and every row should be around 48, so about a stack and a half in total per row. What isn't too many, but I mean, this should get melons done pretty quick. We're halfway done placing all the seeds, so we're getting this done pretty quick. Okay, so I just finished all the melon seeds. As you can see, it's taking a while for them to grow. So I'm gonna go ahead, AFK in the center here, and I'm just gonna let them grow. And then I'm gonna go ahead and farm them and also farm more carrots to get up the island perk, because we still need to get this done. So I'll give you guys an update here in a moment. After a while of grinding, I finally finally managed to get the mastery done for melons. We're exactly on 10,000. So I need to go ahead and revamp this farm into sugarcane, as well as I need to make this into netherwort. So the first thing I think I'm gonna do is get rid of the melon farm, because then this will all be grown when I destroy it, so I get extra XP for this, for the island perk. And then we'll go ahead and start destroying all these seeds in this melon farm, because what we're gonna do is replace things with sugarcane. And I have a pretty simple idea of how I want to do this, so it should work pretty well. I'm gonna have to get rid of the melons as well, because we do need to make it so the sugarcane is on that row, and I'll explain how I'm gonna do that here in a moment. So we're gonna go ahead and destroy all these melons now, because I'm done with the seeds. So I just need to go ahead and get rid of all these. This should give us some extra skill XP, not a lot, but it's just there, even though it's not a lot. So the plan, what I was thinking of doing is basically just going ahead and getting rid of the tilled land. Like, we're gonna break it with a shovel, and then the water will flow on both sides. And then we put the sugarcane on the dirt where the melons are currently. So that's what we'll do with the farm layout. It's gonna be basically the same thing. I just have to break the melons here and then the tilled land, and we should be good. And then that is set for when we have sugarcane. And then what we have to do is make the netherwort farm. And plus, the netherwort farm doesn't use water, so we can get rid of all that water there. So that is kind of nice that we can get rid of that. Okay, as you can see, the water is flowing when I'm breaking the tilled land. So then that makes it so we can place sugarcane here. It's pretty efficient, so we don't have to move a lot of things. It's actually very smart. Okay, so I got the tilled land destroyed. So now we're pretty much set for sugarcane. We just have to place sugarcane when we can. And in total, I believe we have 9 rows, what is pretty much good enough, of 48 on each side of these. So it should work out. Let's go ahead, do /settings, and we're going to turn off our auto replant, and we're going to go ahead and start farming all these carrots. And then all the extra ones, I'll go ahead and just break with my hand. Then we're going to go ahead and get rid of all the water and put down soul sand. Almost done destroying all the carrots. So I'm done. I have to go ahead and break the rest by hand. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to go ahead and get started on the soul sand. We'll go ahead and reset our settings to auto replant on, because we're going to need that as well. So I'm going to go ahead, grab a stack of dirt, and we're going to get rid of the water. And I think I have to get rid of it actually on every layer. So the first thing we're going to do is trim off these little areas to hold the water in, because we don't need water anymore. So let's get rid of all these on both sides of the farm. So now we're going to go ahead and get rid of the glowstone. So now we need to go ahead and outline this again, but with soul sand. So let's go ahead and go to shop. So we're going to go ahead and buy soul sand. Let's go here. So quickly, I'm going to go on one layer and just do a quick outline, and then we should be good. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and actually destroy the inside, what is just all this tilled land. So we're going to go ahead and start destroying it all. I also did off camera max out the crop crusher enchant. We now have it at level 5, and XP finder is also rebirth. So we're pretty much good for getting as much gain for our island perk. To hopefully get that done. I'm just hoping there's not another task after this, but we'll see. So the first layer is done, all with soul sand. I am probably going to go ahead and just get this done all off camera. So I'm going to go ahead, place all the netherwort down, make the last 2 layers, place the netherwort on those, and then I'll get the island mastery for netherwort done, and we'll see how far we progress on our island perks. So I'll give you guys an update here in a moment. After a long time of grinding, I finally managed to get netherwort done in island mastery. As you can see, we hit 50,000, and now sugarcane is insanely difficult because you need 250,000. I thought it'd be easier, but either way, this farm ain't gonna cut it, so I'm gonna probably build an extra 3 chunks by 3 chunks over here. So about up to here is where I'm thinking, and we're also gonna get rid of the netherwort farm because I did actually manage to get both island perks done, so we're completely done with both. Now we just have to get the mastery done, and then we'll have cactus. So the first thing I'm gonna do before I build the other layer, I'm not gonna build it on camera, but before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and buy sugarcane. I just had to relog, my game was lagging. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead, place down sugarcane. So we just need to go ahead, place it like this. And as you can see, the layout is working perfectly fine. And another thing, when trying to place sugarcane, you can't place it on top because it prevents you from doing that. So we can just go ahead and spam it down. It takes a stack and a half to finish 1 row of these. So it won't take too long to get this done. And then I have to build a whole different extra farm of sugarcane connected to this. So then we can actually go ahead and get this done way quicker, because I wasn't expecting it to be 250,000, but when I was live on my Twitch, someone mentioned that it was way more difficult than netherwort and any other crop, so I was kind of like confused why it would be super difficult. But I mean, I guess it makes sense because the farm is an easy layout and it's easy to build, because I thought melons were going to be way way worse. It was actually like really easy, but sugarcane is like way worse for some reason. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna come back once we are pretty close to being done the sugarcane so we can hit cactus mastery and to get prepared for next video, what will probably be a cactus farm video. So I just want a preference. I did change my microphone settings, so if I sound different from the previous clip, that is because we have new microphone settings now. Anyways, if we go ahead and take a look at island mastery, we are now 3,000, a little under, away from max sugarcane, what means we will unlock cactus for the next video, of course. So we need to unlock it very quickly here. Also, I do want to mention for island perks, there was an extra task. I had to do what was harvest 15,000 crops, what got done pretty much instantly once I was done the EXP quest, and I decided to rebuild the sugarcane farm from over here and put it over there, as well as make it expanded. And I destroyed the nether wart farm because we don't need it anymore. And last but not least, I did get some satchels for sugarcane, upgraded them a bit with gems so I don't have to sell as much when I'm farming. So I'll probably have to sell these at some point because I won't be needing them after we're done with sugarcane. But without further ado, let's go ahead and finish up sugarcane. We are less than 2,000 away. We're less than 500 away. Here we go. I think this row and the next row, we should be pretty much good. Hopefully this is enough. Oh, I think we need a bit more. Oh yeah, we need 5 more. Okay, 1, 2, and boom. Sugarcane mastery is level 1. So now we have unlocked cactus. So now next video, we're going to be building a cactus farm. Can't wait to do that. Let's go.